enough questions. Kelly?
What happened with Van Dyke was getting some nice plays, particularly the one slot guy, but you guys made some big plays, got some interceptions. Was it just film study? Was it guys being more locked in? Kind of what did you credit those turnovers to?
Really our preparation throughout the week. We went in knowing that this is a good team, ranked top 10. So we had to just, stick to what we knew, stick to our training, and going out there and execute. Not playing outside of our frame or outside of who we are. We sticking to the code and sticking to the game plan, which really kept us in line. Play by play, perseverance.
Coach Key actually mentioned you guys did a really good job in open field tackling this week and whatnot, which has kind of been a little bit of an issue kind of heading into this game. What's changed this week? What did you guys do kind of heading into this game that you hadn't been perhaps?
Well, we knew we had to up our performance on tackling, so we just did that. We worked at it really hard throughout the weeks and got out here and executed.
I was curious what your advantage was in the play that Miles gets the pick in the end zone, and then it looked like he wasn't sure what to do. He got right at the goal line and then started to go after he saw you cross. Kind of what was going through your mind on that play?
I was proud of Miles making the play, in the fair clutch, when we needed it the most. I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of the team, and I'm proud of the defense, execute our scheme, most importantly, and just his hesitation at the line, I'm behind Miles all the way. Whatever he does, I'll support whatever he does.
Jack?
All right, too far, 26 seconds left. You get the ball back. What's your reaction there? And then when you see Christian catch the pass, what's your reaction there?
Oh, that's game. Game time.
Did you have confidence that the offense could go down and get
Absolutely.
no timeouts?
Absolutely.
No doubt in your mind?
Absolutely.
Miami's quarterback only had one interception coming into this game. He had 3 tonight. What were y'all able to do to kind of confuse him and make him throw some of those?
Well, really, like I said before, we were just sticking to what we knew, sticking to our game plan, and just relied on our basic training. Schematic-wise, we just emphasize scheme throughout the week and make sure we, harp on the small details, the little details. So when we get in the game, everything ties in, and we just moving like water. So that's pretty much it.
You guys had obviously change in defensive coordinator and a lot of that. Did that kind of motivate you, wake you up, or what was the impact of kind of that change to you guys, and also how you practice and what you saw in practice?
The impact on the team was really based off of last Saturday. Taking an L at home, that loss was either going to do one or two things. It was either going to separate the team or it was going to bring us together. And we went the route that brought us all together, that welded us together. So, that's pretty much it.
One or two.
And playing together, playing for each other, playing for our brothers, and knowing that we all got each other's back.
One or two more, Kelly?
I thought one of the things, obviously you talked about this a little bit, was the adjustments. You made some really nice open field tackles, even just holding on to a guy long enough for someone to come clean it up. And that seemed like a big adjustment. Was that just sort of an effort thing from you, like, hey, I'm not going to let this guy go this time? Was that kind of what was going through your mind on those plays?
What was going through my mind was just get the man down, secure the tackle, and hold on. Because I know I got 10 more hats running to the ball. So if I hold on, I know they coming to tattoo.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Miles.
Thank you.
Paul Moala for everybody, and Chad, you want to start us off?
Paul, have you ever been a part of a win that crazy?
Not in the role that I played today. I think that was something really special. Being actually, involved with the win was something that was truly a blessing to me. And I'm at a loss of words, to be honest. So, yeah.
Were you surprised they ran there? And I imagine all that's going through your head is rip the ball out. Did you think they were going to take a knee though, or were you not sure what they were going to do?
No, we knew that they were going to run the ball, have us try to burn some timeouts, and they were trying to look for the first down so that they can, need it after that drive. But all that was going through my mind at that point was telling the whole defense we got to get that ball out. We put a lot of faith in the offense throughout the week. So all that was on our mind was to get the ball back to the offense, and they're going to make it happen.
I thought the other really big play in the game was a play you made on a third down, getting the sack. they forced the field goal after the turnover to kind of save 4 points there. Just what happened on that play, and how satisfying was it to hold them there and help Haynes out when he made a mistake?
It was a great call by Coach Scher. You know, he just wanted us to send an all-out blitz and make that running back make a decision on whether to block me or Kyle Eford. And what ended up happening was Zeke actually took out 2 guys, which actually allowed me to be free. Back couldn't see me, so then, you know, I came scot-free, snuck past them, and got the sack. So.
You mentioned Coach Scher making the play. Obviously, with the defensive coordinator change, tell us a little bit how that impacted you guys and how you prepared and what really.
We wanted to reestablish our identity, and that's something that, you know, Thacker did a really good job of trying to emphasize and going into, you know, the coaching change with having that linebacker coach as, you know, your D coordinator. It kind of changes the vibe in the linebacker room. So we kind of took it upon ourselves to understand that, you know, Coach Scher's kind of dealing with a lot of things, not just our group. So we wanted to mature throughout the week and take that step up just to create an identity in that room, and then hopefully, you know, it resonates with the rest of the team. And I think we did a really good job throughout the week just creating that identity in practice. And yeah.
What did you see when Christian got loose on that play? You're probably watching from the sideline.
Oh my goodness. I just saw the ball go up in the air, and initially in my mind I said, where is he throwing that ball to? And, you know, just seeing, you know, the jersey number 6 get under that ball. I was emotional. I didn't really cry, but it felt like, you know, emotions were running through me. And to be honest, before that play, like, I literally, you know, said a quick prayer and was like, thank you. I was like, thank you, God, for allowing me to have fun today. Like, I didn't care about the outcome. I was more so just grateful that, you know, I could, you know, play ball and play free and fast today. And once he scored, you know, emotions were flying, and I was really, really happy. So.
Anything else to wrap us up?
Sure. You talked after the last game about you guys not having the right approach going into the last game, and obviously you get the upset win against a ranked team, another ranked team. Just, I guess, what kind of statement is that about how this team responded to maybe self-created adversity, but adversity and obviously the change? And it's been a long week for you guys. Just can you talk a little bit about the response?
Yeah, I think it just shows, you know, how much we love to compete and be challenged. You know, throughout the week, Coach Key challenged us and told us that, you know, we're looked at as a fragile team. You know, people are going to sleep on us and you know, not expect much out of us. So going into this week, we knew that we're going to have to set the tone and create that identity that we wanted. So, you know, coming off of last week and then into this week, the mindset was just, you know, try to change everybody's thoughts on campus, on that field, you know, in college football, really. So.
All right, thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Kelly, want to start us off?
You seem very fired up. There was one play, I think, that there was sort of one bad break on the defense, and you got right in your teammate's face and made a mistake. And just kind of how different was the approach? It seemed like you guys were fired up from the jump in this one.
I mean, I think honestly it had a lot to do with last week. Like, we knew that what we put on the field last week was not us, and kind of just we wanted to come out here and really just show what we can do and set the tone really today. And we know that when we can play together as a team, we're pretty hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? So we just really wanted to press upon everything and just every play and just really just come out and do our best every play.
Coach Keith called out you guys tackling in the secondary as being better, and we asked Miles the same question, but what's the difference between this week and previous weeks and what you guys did in tackling, and why was it so much more successful?
Just that mindset, again, setting the tone, and then we obviously worked in practice a lot this week. We've been working in previous weeks as well. It's just we're finally starting to understand like how it translates to the game, and getting ourselves in better body positions and tackles and things like that. So that's what I attribute it to.
You also had 3 interceptions on Van Dyke. Was that film studied, or was it just tell us a little bit about what you guys, how those guys secondary was able to pull that off?
I think that's guys just playing fast, guys playing free and understanding and taking the time out during the week to prepare. We meet together as DBs, players only, throughout the week, and we just talk and we talk through things and we ask questions and we present things that like alerts that we might want to, have the coach look at. And, we watch a lot of film, so I would just kind of boil that down to like preparedness.
You guys are, I think, 3-0 now with Coach Key on the road against ACC ranked teams. And just what is it about like maybe playing those teams? You guys seem to really bring your A game in those games.
I don't know. I guess we're a team that likes to get challenged. Like I said last week, we didn't think that was us at all, and that was a challenge. And we could have took that loss and split as a team, but we really just used that to come together. And I would just kind of look at us like chameleons. Like we adapt to everything. So that's really what I'm saying.
You mentioned a little bit about, you said some player kind of meetings and the DBs and whatnot. Was there any kind of within the team, any kind of, I guess, team meetings or step up and anybody stepping up and kind of start kind of looking at that? How much difference was there any difference in that?
Yeah, I mean, there's been people stepping up since the summer. You know what I'm saying? As far as leading the team, it definitely starts more with like within our position groups, and our position groups come together as a collective. But I would say a lot of guys are just seeing what it takes to win, honestly, and that's really what we're trying to put in week and week out. So.
You guys rolled a little bit more in your group than you have. There's been games where you played the whole game, or Jay or Miles or whatever, but it seemed like you guys have more of a rotation now. Has that helped maybe keep guys a little fresher and to make those plays?
Definitely, and I think again going back to us being prepared, we have more guys that are tuned in and being prepared throughout the week and are getting the crucial reps throughout the week, and that builds trust throughout the secondary, that builds trust throughout a bunch of positions, and that builds trust across the entire defense. So when you got depth like that, again, it's a hard defense to beat.
Anything else?
What was your reaction when they ran the ball came out?
When Paul stripped it?
Yeah, Paul stripped it.
Honestly, I was a little surprised that they ran the ball. Obviously, that's their choice. But I think Paul making that play, I told him, I'm like, and obviously me and Paul were teammates at Notre Dame at one point, and I told him, I'm like, that right there is just a vet move. Honestly, like you played so many years of football to this point, and like that, I don't think many people on this team could have made that play in that moment, to have that accuracy to pull the ball out at that moment. And it's just like, you get in those moments, you always say like, get the ball, but it's like, it takes a lot, and it takes a lot of focus to see the ball, especially with somebody moving that fast, to get it out at that time. So kudos to Paul. Like he works his butt off every week, and it came as we prepared for it. So
No. All right. Thanks, KJ.
appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Questions for Christian? Go ahead.
How often do you practice that move that you put on them to get loose?
Usually end of the practice, we go through scramble drill. Not too much, but enough to know what you got to do.
Jackson?
Being from the state of Florida, how much did it mean to get a win here?
Oh, it meant a lot. Just, I had a chance. My family got to see me play in person, so they don't really travel to a lot of away games. So just being able to do that for them in front of the crowd was amazing, being back in that Florida atmosphere.
Christian, could you just walk us through that last play and what happened?
Really just, we had the 4 verts, and I looked back and see Haynes roll right. That's when I flipped my hips and went to the back pylon. The ball was already in there, and I knew, like, we got to catch this one. I knew I had to catch this one.
Gotcha.
You guys obviously shut out in the first half. I mean, what happened at halftime, or what adjustments? Tell us a little bit about the turnaround kind of in the second half to start getting points on the board.
Really just, actually, we didn't really talk as much as half. We just knew we had to come together. We knew we would send up some stuff to run some other stuff, and just execution, really. We had a few penalties early on that was killing us, but in the end, we just kept fighting to the end.
When the defense gets the ball with 26 seconds and then the offense has the ball, what's the feeling in the huddle per se when you're like, hey, we gotta, capitalize per se?
Yeah.
What's that feeling like?
I don't know, it felt like a movie. We all just all looked at each other like, let's do this, Nobody really thought, nobody really had their head down. It's just like, oh, it's over now. We just wanted to play to the last tick, and that's what we did.
Kelly?
How much confidence did you guys to see how the defense responded over and over again? Haynes made some mistake, or they get a stop or hold a field goal. Just it seemed like they were really holding serve for you guys while you guys were
Right.
kind of figuring it out.
You know, we a team. You know, we got each other back. When we slacking, they can pick it up. When they slacking, we pick it up. So we're just feeding off each other and, you know, energy bring energy. That's just what we did. Seeing them going crazy, we just had to respond and do something for them.
Chad?
We talked a lot this week about, you know, what you've been through growing up in this state.
All right.
Kind of feel like maybe some divine intervention there to catch that pass.
Definitely. I know my little brother was here at the game, so I know he doesn't really know what's going on, but I know we go run the video back by him and he go really see what happened. But I don't know, just having that feeling of your family here just made me just whatever. I don't know. It was fun though. It's kind of hard to describe this one.
Time for a couple more for Christian. Go ahead.
Who's the first person you're going to call or talk to when you get? I know you've probably been doing media since.
My mom, even though I seen her right after, I'm still gonna call her before I get on the plane. Just because we talk every day, you know, we've been waiting for something like this. We waited our turn. I'm gonna just say that. So I'm proud of us, just sticking together, stuff like that.
Anything else? Got last one.
And you made the decision to come here. You had
Right.
a lot of opportunities, and how satisfying is it to get a moment like this back in your home state and
Right.
all the magnitude of the moment. It's almost one of the most improbable comebacks in college football.
I had no doubt coming here. I knew it was gonna be a little shaky. Just it's a new team. We gotta get adjusted and everything. New coaches, but I don't know. I had no doubt coming here that I made the wrong decision. Even with the obstacles we've been through, we got to come together as brothers, and that's what we did.
All right. Christian, thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Chad?
Yeah, Haynes, the same thing from Christian, that last throw you made. Just walk us through that play from your eyes.
I mean, just like he said, we have 4 verts. Felt some pressure, got out of pocket. I was like either going to throw it away or find something downfield. Just happened to see him out of the corner of my eye when he did his scramble rule that we practice every week, He hit it like that, got on top of him. I just popped it up to him, and I was like, oh, my gosh. I threw it, put my hand up, and he caught it. I was like, yes.
Kelly?
It's funny, you've played so amazingly most of the season, and today the defense really stepped up when you weren't having your best game in tough weather conditions and all against a really good defense. I guess how satisfying was it that this was an all-out team win and a comeback on the road like this and getting a big win like that?
That's what it's about. It's no individual game. It's a team game. It's 3 phases: offense, defense, special teams. Everybody played a hell of a game. Wasn't everybody's best, but oh my God, the grit that this whole team has, the fight that we have at the end, it's just amazing. And that's the things that you want to be a part of. It's just teams like that fight, keep fighting till the end, never give up. We're always going to have a chance, and everybody believes in each other. And it stays in that room, and we don't have to have approval of anybody else, outsider. It's what we think, what we believe, and that's what it's all about.
Jonathan?
Can you walk us through kind of the change from last week to this week, on the offensive side and some of the things that you guys kind of, what went on internal to the offensive side and kind of turning things around a little bit from last week to this week?
Changes as in what?
Attitude or changes in kind of practice behaviors, or what was different this week versus last week kind of coming into the game?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I know going in this week, we were going to hone in on details, sustaining. That was the main deal. We got to sustain throughout the whole practice, throughout each period. We can't have any lulls. And if we do, we got to keep fighting. You got to find a way out of it. You can't press for it, but you got to find a way out of it. You got to keep playing hard. And that's where people say like luck, momentum. But I believe you make your own by playing hard. And that was the main focus was, 1, play hard. 2, we got to sustain. Find ways to sustain, find ways to keep drives alive. Let's score in the red zone. That was the main deal. And, I mean, heck, if you want to be honest, that's pretty much most every week.
In the back.
In a game like this, obviously, to the final pass down to 2 seconds collectively, you did a lot, even just running the ball yourself. You know, can you talk about how valuable, obviously, the importance of that pass, but just you just getting those rushing yards personally as a quarterback that helped overall in a game like this?
Man, I do whatever we got to score, whatever we got to win. It doesn't matter. But I know at times like passing situations and stuff, the quarterback running and the quarterback scrambling, I mean, that hurts every defense, you know. And sometimes it just opens up, other times it doesn't, you know. And I guess find a couple of creases here and there, kept the drives alive, and scored on one of them. But at the end of the day, you just got to find ways to win. You know, some days it's going to be pretty, some days it's not. Some days you're going to have to grind it out and run it like we did. Other days you're going to have to pass it. Whatever it is, you got to find a way within each other, and that's what this team is on track to do.
When you go back on the field, 26 seconds left. I mean, what are you thinking? Did somebody say anything to you? I mean, what's your mindset going out there?
My mindset was, this is what makes us, you know. Let's go do it. Come on. Looked everybody in the eyes. Everybody seemed confident in me, believed in me, and believed in each other. Everybody had the same mindset. If you believe you're going to do it, not think it, not halfway, you got to commit. You got to invest in it. Everybody believed that we were going to win that game. We had that last chance. We're going to move that ball down the field, and we're going to have a chance. Let's go get it done.
Okay. 2 more quick ones, if you guys can do it.
Sure, yeah. I thought 2 real tone-setting plays for the offense was your touchdown run and then Jamal carrying those dudes into the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed like both of you were not going to be stopped in those situations. Was that something that you guys kind of hammered on this week? Was let's finish these drives and then get touchdowns?
Yeah, just kind of like I said earlier, just sustain. We got to sustain. Yeah, we have little areas in the game where we were really good or really, really bad. We've got to find ways to sustain. And I felt like everybody just found a way. The grit was there this game.
Have you ever been kind of part of what I would call a highly improbable win with last second like that? Back to middle school, high school, anything like this ever happened before?
Maybe like 5th or 6th grade. To be honest. But other than that, no. This was outstanding. This is by far the best. Best I've ever encountered and actually experienced. And it was tremendous, you know.
All right.